Hey Melbourne, Dr. Ian here. Welcome to the Now. Today, I'm going to be discussing what you don't know about using mobile devices and how it can cause tech neck and how this can affect your health. Oh, and at the end of this video, I have a special offer for you. To understand tech neck, we need to have an understanding of what actually makes up our neck. So if we have a look at the model I've got over here, we can see that our spine is made up of those white blocks in the model representing the bones of our spine, the vertebra. These are separated by shock absorbers, which are known as the discs. Now this is the front of our spine, this is the back, and by default, this is the side, and we can see where the nerves come out. Now in a normal alignment, in the normal position of the head over the shoulders, what we would expect to see is the head neatly aligned over those shoulders. The problem using mobile devices is that in actual fact, we start flexing the neck, which starts uncurling that gentle curve our neck should have, in very much the same way as I am showing you in the model here. If we have a look, the normal head weighs about 5 kilos, which is the amount of force the head is putting through our necks. Now, for every 15 degrees that we bend our heads forward, we actually increase the effective weight of the head on the neck structures to 12.3 kilos. If we go down to 30 degrees, the head actually has basically an 18 kilo weight. And if we go to 45, that increases to 22.3 kilos. And at 60 degrees, a whopping 27.3 kilos. That is over 5 times the normal forces that we would expect to be going through the neck into the shoulders. Now this can cause some health problems, as I'm sure you can imagine. To start off with, we can have neck pain, we can have shoulder pain, we can have problems in the arms going right down to our fingertips, we can promote headaches, and also, apart from affecting the physical structures, research has shown that it can affect our mood, promote depression, affect our breathing, and as well as the ability of our heart to beat. There is another problem with having tech neck. And that is that it can also, unfortunately, promote degeneration of our spine. So if we have a look at these X-rays, you should be able to get a better idea. To start off with, the X-ray up here on the left shows that we have a nice gentle curve through our spine. We can see the healthy vertebra separated by the discs. Over here we can see how the curve in the spine has been lost, indicated by the red line on this X-ray. And we can see that we are starting to get some changes in the disc heights. This is then followed by initially a small buildup of calcium. And when we doctors see this calcium on X-ray, we know there's degeneration taking place, and technically we call it arthritis. Now, if something isn't done about that, well, it gets progressively worse until we can get to a point where that whole neck is actually fused. Okay, so what are we going to do about this? Well, there's some simple things we can do to try and avoid tech neck. You see, one of the big problems we have is for most of our kids, our teenagers, they will use their phones, on average, their other mobile devices, for somewhere around about 2 to 4 hours a day. Now that equates to somewhere around about 700 to 1400 hours a year. If you're a high school student and you're doing what you should, studying and so on, that can add another 5,000 hours a year to having your head in this flexed looking down position. Obviously, not a good outcome. So these simple things you can do is, number one, minimize the amount of time you spend at once using these devices. Number two, bring the device up to eye level instead of your eyes going down to look at the device. And also some simple stretches and exercises would also go a long way. In fact, have a look at my video on neck stretches. Those are the ones that I would suggest. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do have a special offer for you. That offer is that you can click the button below and come and get seen and checked to see if you have tech neck, and if you do have tech neck, is it causing any health problems you may have. So click on the button if you're interested. There'll be some information that you can get, or if you prefer, you can call the number at the bottom of the screen to have a chat. All the best, Dr. Ian. Cheers.